act up. Come across me cause you know we all strapped up. You want me cause you seen a nigga stack.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to week 13 recap. Crazy week, so we're just gonna hop right into it. For starters, Saints and Cowboys. Cowboys get the win, won 4 straight games for the first time since 2016. Not happy, kinda messed up my favorite team's chances of hopefully making the playoffs. It's still possible, but not going to be an easy road. We're gonna have to either win the Saints game, Rams game, or Texans game, which the Texans are on a 9-game win streak and the Rams are 10-1. So the Eagles are gonna have to get at least one of those 2 wins along and win out every divisional game this season, which we play the Redskins tomorrow night, which is a game we can win, but will we? That's something we're gonna have to see tomorrow night. Next up, Panthers and Buccaneers. Buccaneers get the win over the Panthers. At the beginning of the game, I chose the Panthers to win the game. They're still looking for a playoff spot in the wild card. Buccaneers switching between 2 different quarterbacks every week. I thought for sure Panthers, pretty good team, pretty solid team, would be able to go in and get that win. Cam Newton had a 4-interception game, which was tied for his career high. Next up, Bears and Giants. Giants get the win in overtime, 27-30. Crazy game. That's one of the games that me and Devin watched a little bit closer earlier and was pretty close. I mean, I did not pick the Giants to win it. Bears are leading their division, which is not a bad division, I mean. But it looks like the Bears end up taking the loss there. Fall to 8-4, and the Giants go to 4-8. Next up, Bills and Dolphins. 4 in between, 4-point game, so it was a pretty close game. Like I said at the beginning, I said that they would keep each other pretty close. Dolphins end up getting the win with that. Ryan Tannehill throws 3 passing touchdowns, tied for his season high. Jaguars get the win over the Colts. Not a very high-scoring, exciting offensive game at all. Very defensive. Jaguars end up getting the win there. Wasn't expecting that. 6 combined points, tied for the fewest in a game since 2007. Yeah, that was a sloppy game. I thought for sure the Colts would go in with Andrew Luck, which a lot of people are calling him the dark horse MVP. But Jaguars come in and get the win. Next up, Texans and Browns. Like I said, I knew the Texans had a home game against the Browns. I knew the Texans would be able to contain the Browns at home, and they go on to win their 9th straight game, which I see them as a really good contender right now. And that is actually their longest winning streak in franchise history. At this game, there's a lot of big news coming out about this. Cardinals and Packers. Cardinals get their 3rd win of the season and beat the Packers. Was not expecting that. If I had to pick any game to be a sure win for either team, I would have taken the Packers over the Cardinals. But Cardinals get the win, and some breaking news is coming in. Mike McCarthy was fired. So we'll have to see what goes on with the coaching situation there in Green Bay as things move forward. Next up, Rams and Lions. I knew the Rams, like I said, one of the most complete teams in the NFL, would go and get that win on the road to a mediocre team. And the Rams indeed did clinch the NFC West with that win, 30-16, and they moved to 11-1. Next up, Broncos and Bengals. Broncos get the win over the Bengals. That's what I thought. After beating Pittsburgh, I think the Broncos are a pretty well-built team. Are they a playoff caliber team or a Super Bowl contender? I personally don't think their defense has it in them, but I think their offense is definitely getting somewhere, with Phillip Lindsay rushing for 2 touchdowns today, and that was also, he tied with his career high in a game. Next up, Ravens and the Falcons. Ravens, was not expecting that. I chose the Falcons with a home game. Falcons have been a pretty tough team to beat at home this season, but the Ravens seem like they're starting to figure some things out. Not a bad defense. Alex Collins just put on injury reserve for the rest of the year, so messed up running back situation. But it looks like the Ravens defense is actually playing pretty well, holding Matt Ryan to 131 passing yards, and that's his fewest since 2011. So Ravens moved to 7-5. Next up, Jets and Titans. Chose the Titans. Titans are a pretty solid team for the most part, getting some wins against some pretty good teams in the league. Jets having a pretty rough year. Darnold having a mediocre season, nothing fantastic. But yep, Titans get that win. Chiefs and Raiders. Chiefs come out on top, only winning by 7 points, a touchdown against the 2-10 Raiders. And this was Patrick Mahomes' 7th game with 4 or more passing touchdowns this season. They get the win without Kareem. I'm not quite sure about the running back situation there for the Chiefs. What really went down? I'm gonna look into that. Curious to see who was their go-to back today without Kareem, because did that hurt or did it help? Looks like Spencer Ware was their go-to running back today. The leading rusher on the team today was Patrick Mahomes with 52 yards. He didn't have a touchdown rushing, but Spencer Ware did have 47 yards and a score, averaging 3.4 yards per carry. Chiefs get the win. Very, very, very close to losing that one. Next up, 49ers and Seahawks. I chose the Seahawks. Seahawks they're a sneaky team. Not that they're anything super special, but they've been getting they're not a horrible team. They beat the 49ers 43-16, and Russell Wilson throws for 4 touchdowns, which is a season high for him. It's got Patriots and Vikings. That's the last one for now, for today so far, as Week 13 recap. Vikings fall to the Patriots. I chose the Patriots to have a home game. I knew that they should be able to win that game. Not that they're anything super special. 3 losses. I mean, it looks like they're starting to pick up tempo for the most part. They're actually, Patriots fullback James Devlin had 2 carries for 2 touchdowns. So both times he touched the ball, I guess in goal line situations, he had 2 touchdowns and would be their leading scorer on the day. See any breaking news right now that we could look into. Like I said, Mike McCarthy fired. So, yep, I think that's just about everything for this. Looks like Josh Allen nearly completes incredible Hail Mary attempt. I'm going to have to look into that then. Pretty close. Now I'm going to go into the Eagles situation only because I'm an Eagles fan. They still have yet to play, be playing tomorrow. What do I think of the outcome? We're going to be getting some key defensive players back this week, Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas, which will be a huge help to our banged up secondary that we've been struggling to keep teams under control. Sproles will be back. Nothing too exciting there, but I think a home game, getting some key defensive players back, coming off a win, kind of picking back up that tempo. We'll just see how hungry the Eagles actually are and how bad they want to make the playoffs. So we'll see how things go for them there. But I think that they can get the win if they're hungry enough, if they play right. Colt McCoy, not a great, definitely one of the best backups in the league, but do I think he's anything special? No. As long as we can go in there, get our front forward to bring pressure on him and be able to contain Adrian Peterson, I think the Eagles will get that win and move to 6-6. So yeah, that's about it. Make sure to watch the live stream that will be coming out later for the Chargers and Steelers game. That'll be Devin doing that one. And make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Act up, come across me cause you know we all strapped up. You want me cause you seen a nigga stack.